Leadership in Focus, powered by BIMT Campus. Leaders in organizations can build psychological safety by creating the right climate, mindsets, and behaviors within their team. I'm Sabrina Zawahir, connecting through Leadership in Focus with Mr. Kiron Shenoy, a corporate director and a management consultant in few prominent companies in Sri Lanka and India. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Positive team climate is the most important driver of psychological safety. How could organizations foster psychological safety?
That's a very good question, Sabrina. I'll elaborate a little bit before psychological safety comes physical safety and financial safety. Why I mention that is, for example, now say the same BIMT campus instead of being on Gaul Road facing was behind in 13th or 18th lane and facing another house, and somebody would have to go there and feel a little unsafe, and it's on the third floor, you climb up, and nighttime when you go out, that safety is not there. So that's the physical safety and the atmosphere inside, the people you interact with, the ACs and all those aspects. A little bit on physical safety, which majority of the organizations give. Financial safety is the next aspect, the financial security. People pay their salaries on time, mostly, majority do. Increments come, incentives come, you get your bonuses, promotions come. So that's financial security also. In this world, most of the people, especially in our part of developing countries, ignore the psychological safety, which is basically a wrong thing because they think we are giving everything to the employee. They don't realize there is some boundary beyond that. That psychological safety also, I'll give you a you know small example, like I mentioned to you, that when a rookie joins an organization, he is just scared actually. He doesn't know. For example, I'll take my example. When I joined the organization, I didn't know what is going around, whom I'm going to interact, what kind of atmosphere. So I used to always suggest to people later on in organizations, start a buddy and a mentor system. Buddy will give you the machang security, and the mentor will give you the slight psychological safety. But once again, it's a culture. The psychological safety doesn't come from your boss, manager. It comes from the culture, the organization, the chairman, the CEO. If he's unable to allow someone to take decisions, I have seen. I was in a. You are put in a, boardroom where, or a meeting room, say this kind, where 20 people are there and chairman and CEO sitting, and they are saying it's brainstorming session. As a management trainee, you are not allowed to put forth your thoughts because they say you don't know, but you have a lot of thoughts because you are just fresh and you come from outside, and suddenly you realize, oh my god, this can be done, that can be done, this is a vacuum. Nobody wants to listen to you. So that person feels insecure. So the leader has to be an active listener. He has to allow those persons to take decisions. So when he allows them to take decisions, they don't feel lost. So that gives them a lot of angle to be safe mentally, and in the mind, I'm in a good space. And you always challenge, ideas. I don't challenge people. We don't discuss people in the boardroom or in the conference room. We discuss ideas. So the idea can be outlandish. It can be wow. It can be okay. Thank you very much. So when you allow that, the psychological safety comes into play.
Combination of factors have led to business leaders being diverted towards pressure. Stress in leaders. What's driving it and what's the impact?
Yeah, that's a very pertinent question, and the questions I said, that's true. We grew up in a VUCA world. Today is VUCA squared world. VUCA would be the volatility that comes, the uncertainty, the complex challenges, and the ambiguity, and AI. So VUCA. So it's a that kind of world today.
Mm.
And I won't say, that's why I said we grew up, you grew up, I grew up. Even schooling was a VUCA for us. I moved from a, I'm from India, moved from a Hindi medium to English medium. Haha, I didn't know what the hell is happening for 1 year. You
Mm.
can see the pressure I was. I moved from a small town to a mega city. I didn't know what was happening there, cultural diverse. So these things are happening now in organizations. And what happens in such cases? The leader has to understand this and absorb it. He can't let it percolate down to the team. Moment you percolate your pressure, which you can't manage, to your team, they are unable to understand what's happening in the organization. A short tempered, very, very flamboyant, very visionary leader cannot expect his people to be on the same track. The vision is his, the execution is theirs. So if you have changed your policies because of what's happening, tell them it's fine. You can make a mistake. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. And if the boss stands by him or the stands by the junior, what happens is people don't have a burnout. They're able to move ahead without any issue of any scare, and that gives a lot of output in the organization. So I think managing that stress is a big thing for a leader.
Empathy is a crucial leadership skill. In a leadership role, why does empathy matter?
Hmm. All your questions are great and beyond the business school. Yeah, empathy is a very powerful driver of performance. I will scale it. I will scale it in such a way that, let's say, 0 to 100 on a straight line. 50 is where sympathy ends. 51 onwards, empathy starts. I'll give you an example. A young person in the organization walks up to the chairman and he has a problem. His mother is sick and there's uncertainty there. What is the sickness? So he is alone, mother is alone, and he needs to take care of the mother. So he approaches the boss. I need 2 days leave and I'm not sure whether I can go beyond. I don't have any leave left. The boss, the chairman, the leader says, okay, fine. Please report as soon as possible. Don't let the work suffer. Okay. Sympathetic gesture. Empathetic boss. He will now say, oh, what happened to your mother? So it says she's sick and she's unable to breathe properly, and she has issues of walking around. We have to have a full checkup, and then only we'll know what surgery is needed or what action is needed. No, don't worry about your leave. Call someone else. Take care of his work. And I know you don't have leave. We won't deduct your salary. Please let me know on the third day what's your position. And third day, actually, the boss will ring up and say, "Tell the secretary connect me to Sabrina, and I want to know what's the status." And when he comes back, he says, "All your expenses are covered. Everything is done." Now, imagine the situation of that person
Mm.
who has come to work on the fourth day, fifth day. He is so happy. He knows that he's been taken care. His burnout also won't be around. He will put in extra 3 hours because he's loyal to the organization. There's no attrition. Their output is increased, and then he's loyal, he's staying on. So I think empathy is a big factor which is not around in many places we see, because people look so much into the work that they don't care about the person, you know, beyond what is his role as a physical being. So I think that's great.
Today's leaders face a complex set of challenges that go beyond simply managing tasks or meeting targets. Could we say coaching is instrumental in shaping the leadership philosophy?
Yeah, being a life coach and a mentor myself, I think that topic is close to me. And I realize, and I was talking to some people before this interview, that leaders are not only coach to their juniors, they also need to be coached. Because as we were discussing some time back, You can have an aptitude for studies, you can be a genius, you can have all the degrees around the world, but when it comes to your attitude, your soft skills, that has to be noticed by someone else. All the aspects you mentioned, empathy, psychological safety, stress management, strain management, pain management, temper management, anger management, these are all qualities which are not taught to you in the school, business school, best of the schools. So someone has to come to you at a macro level and do a helicopter dive and say, look, you are a top CEO, your results are great, you are doing fabulous. Look at the mess your family is. Look at the mess you are in. Look at the issue of time you are having. Look at the networking that you don't do. You're 7 out of 7 in the office. And your networking is very bad. Nobody knows anything about you and your organization because you're not percolated it down. And when such a thing happens, I think we have to understand that coaching is a huge aspect and it's a huge subject which today's youngsters may not be able to understand, but the leaders have to understand that they have to be open about, I won't say being coached, but get to listening to people who can give a little better opinion of them in terms of the exposure and experience.
Attributes of right skills for career enhancement. We were in conversation with Mr. Kiron Shenoy, a corporate director and a management consultant in few prominent companies in Sri Lanka as well as in India. Thank you so much for connecting.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Thank you very much.
Small and medium enterprises are the backbone of Sri Lanka's economy, where you have to be upskilling to earn more skills that is required to stay competitive and earn business growth and venture out to exports markets. Corporate sector plays a significant role that boosting the economy by handling the large organization's growth to support the economy by staying competitive. Both in these two sectors, for an entrepreneur to employees, need to upgrade skills to face the numerous challenges. British Institute of Management and Technology, in collaboration with Chartered Management Institute of UK, has designed a unique program with the objective of laying a foundation in the managers, SMEs, HRs, leaders, business owners, and startups that balance practical skills, knowledge, and confidence needed to perform his or her jobs effectively and efficiently. BIMT Campus invites all business leaders and entrepreneurs to discover the best version of themselves. By improving your inner self, you can effectively lead your business and contribute to our national economy.
CMI is a global accreditation, and it also gives a pathway to gaining the chartered status. Our partnership with BIMT is a very strategic and a very powerful one.
The program has instilled a practical momentum in it. You will gain not only the knowledge, but you will learn how to practically apply it. And joining this program, which will enhance your management skills, which is a requirement of the country.
Harvard did a research few years back, selecting about 500 people from different fields. They are corporate leaders, top athletes, like that. And they put into two quadrants. One is the education, qualification, experience, family background, etc., etc. And that's about 20% your success factor. What is the balance 80%? It's attitude, positive attitude. It's all about softer skills. That's why I like this syllabus. I went through the syllabus. It's one of the best syllabuses. And in fact, in management, this is probably the number one in the world.
The world is really looking for effective corporate leaders. Leadership is a muscle, actually. Everyone born with that muscle. There are some bodybuilders, those who go to gyms and they build their muscle. But leadership muscle, you can't see. It's a cognitive level muscle, philosophical level muscle. You have to do the right exercises to develop your muscle. This is a place to develop your muscle.
SMEs are growing, as you know. They are really bogged down with the business operations. And also they are not in a position they can afford for qualified people to recruit. So they concentrate on the business and grow. After some times when they grow, they have come to a deadlock-like situation. Their managers, especially middle-level managers, are not qualified. They don't have enough managerial qualifications, experience, and they can't think beyond. The person involved in the program, we are very, very positive. We are very optimistic, and you have very dedicated team here, over here, and they will take this program to the best levels.
Join our dynamic and inclusive learning community at BIMT campus, where we shape the leaders of tomorrow.